Alright, it's that time again. Time for another solo overnighter in the woods. And today I'm thinking, stealth camping secrets. Let's get to it. I'm just going to give a few tips and tricks, okay? Now, one thing I want to talk about real quick is a lot of people on the internet, and this goes years back, I'm talking a decade, okay? They give their take on stealth camping. And not saying people are wrong or right. I've just noticed a pattern. Everybody refers back to that gray man, okay? And I do not believe in that, because here's why. If I dressed like this, I was walking down, let's say Hollywood Hills, Rodeo Boulevard, Rodeo Drive in Los Angeles somewhere, and people see me like this, they're calling the cops, okay? They're not thinking this guy's out here being covert. They think this dude's crazy, call the cops, okay? Same thing if I'm walking through Compton, okay? A white boy dressed like this, I'm probably gonna get shot, okay? Racism aside, it's just people don't do that, okay? But where I currently live on the East Coast, I'll see 100 dudes dressed like this walking into Walmarts through Kentucky, Virginia, Ohio, and no one's gonna think twice, okay? So the whole thing with gray man of wearing jeans and a tan jacket and a beanie cap and gotta have a light colored backpack that's canvas and no one will know and I'll walk around, that's a myth. You dress like that in these certain areas, something's gonna happen to you, you're gonna stand out. So for me, real quick, when I think of something like that, it's location, meaning in the country, and culture. Who are you around? What type of people? Dress accordingly. At the same time, you have to dress comfortably. You have to wear what's going to work. Do I want jeans on and then flee to the woods? Probably not. I want to wear something that can be used in an urban as well as a woodland environment, okay? So enough on that, just common sense, okay? We're in the woods, so I'm dressing like this. And to be really honest, if crap hit the fan, I'm going to the woods. I'm not living in the city, all right? So enough said on that. Now, let's go ahead and get with this video here. The king of stealth camping on YouTube right now, Steve Wallace. He's not military, he's a regular guy, and to him, stealth camping is basically not being seen. And that's realistically what stealth camping is. You don't want to be seen, you want to enjoy nature, off trail, and be left alone, okay? You're not covert. Those that think that you are, or tactical, unless you have a militia behind you with air support and radios and basically tanks, and you can call for fire and evade and different routes and do all that stuff, you're going to be done before you even start. So there's no point in even thinking that one day you're going to flee from the government, because at that point you're already done, okay? So let's look at stealth camping as we're going to enjoy nature off trail and not be seen. So on that note, let's get to it. So behind me is the perfect example of something you'd want to have for stealth camping. I don't want to camp out in the open. I want to camp back in the brush, okay? Now, my first point, your shelter system. For me, I want something multi-use. That blends in. It's going to be this woodland camo military poncho. You see, it's green and green. Someone walking by here, it's not going to stand out like a sore thumb. Second is location, all right? I showed you 3 openings recessed back in the bush. I don't want to do it right out here in the open. I want a nice wall in front of me of weeds, bushes, briars with thorns on them, stuff that people won't normally walk right through, nor will animals, okay? So I'm recessed back in there with a wall blocking view from the outside. Now I can alter the area, meaning pull weeds out, make a nice area to lay down in, and still be blocked from view. It's a nice footprint right there. The best part is these bushes come up and they bend over this way. That does 2 things. Gives you shade all day, so the sun moves, you'll constantly be in the shade pocket. And 2, it gives you overhead concealment. So I'm thinking we go with this. All right, so this is what we're talking about. Nice spot inside here. You can't see it from out there. We have concealment on top here as well as the sides, and this is perfect length for a low profile shelter, which is my third tip. We want some type of shelter system that's no higher than my knees. We have a tree branch right here that we cut off. That's perfect for a ridge line. We'll run it across here and drape our poncho over it. Once again, I want to go no higher than my knees because we're stealth camping. I have a piece of number 36 bank line with a loop at the end. I'm going to simply push a piece through that loop, creates a pocket, put a stick in there, and then simply pull it tight. Now, for those interested, I dropped a midweek video on Wednesday titled, What to Do When Everything Fails. And it goes in detail, in depth on 3 different types of tarp, or in this case, poncho shelters that you can put up in a matter of seconds. So check that out. So back to my second point, talked about location, location, location. You can barely see that. I'm 6'1" standing here. So unless I physically were looking to find somebody stealth camping, I'm probably just gonna walk right by and not give it a second thought, okay? So that's something you need to be aware of. Multiple sites, scout them out, check out the resources, look at it from a distance, squat down, look at it from different angles. Because as you drop down, things actually become less clear than when you look down, right? An elevated position is always the best. So again, something like this, the normal person is going to walk right by. Let's talk sleep system. We have a military poncho, so I'm going to use a poncho liner. This was sent to me. This gentleman right here took a military poncho and added material to it and actually created a pocket that you can slide in a foam mattress like this or a blow-up mattress. That way it stays attached to your whoopee. You can then take another poncho and attach it to the poncho liner like you're supposed to, fold the other half over and create basically a small lightweight sleeping bag. So that's what we're rolling with today. This is called the Light Sleeper. The link to this with a discount code will be in my description box, okay? So check this out. I'm actually excited about this. So let's bust this bad boy out and check her out. Time for a dirt nap. Ugh. Original tie outs are still on here, so these can be fed through the grommets. You can lay a poncho underneath this and line up your grommet with your tie outs, tie it through there, and now you have waterproofing on the outside, so you can actually pull a poncho with a poncho liner over top of yourself and keep the rain off of you. So a lot of thought went into this. Check out my description box, the Light Sleeper, and use that discount code. I'm sold. On a lightweight military cowboy roll, this is going to be it for me. Three tips and tricks so far. First one, I talked about my take on Gray Man. Second one, location, location, location. And third was basically a shelter no taller or higher than your knees. Okay, and preferably blending in with the surroundings. Now, tip and trick number 4, fire. Now, ideally, you want to bring some type of propane, butane stove out with you. And you have two choices, cook near camp or cook away from camp. If you're that concerned about smells and your campsite being compromised, go somewhere else, come back later, okay? But at some point, you have to have a fire, okay? A fire is an only option. You have to have a fire. Two choices once again, fire near the camp or fire away from the camp. If you choose to have a fire near your camp, you want to go with a low profile fire. Dig a deep hole or a Dakota fire pit. We'll go with door number 2, and I'll show you how to build a Dakota fire hole or Dakota fire pit. Now, I would personally cook somewhere else, but I want to show you how to do this near your camp. So we're going to go with a Dakota fire hole, 12-inch diameter by 12 inches deep. Move over about 6 to 8 inches, 6-inch diameter by 12 inches deep. Run a tunnel through there. We're going to move about 6 inches this way, another hole, and then we're going to connect the tunnel. The airflow will keep these coals piping hot. And the flame shouldn't be any higher than this area right here and be covered by this berm. So here we have some birch bark. This is the slightest spark or flame that goes right up. So while we're waiting for that to do its thing, boom! Corporal's Corner hat patches are in stock on my Etsy page, along with bag patches and frog gigs and a whole lot more. Go to my video description box, click on my Etsy page, follow me there, and check her out. We have 1,000 of these bad boys in stock. So if you're part of Corporal's Army, you might want to get in uniform. Hat patches, bag patches, and more great things to come. Here we go, cup of noodles stir fry. Thai yellow curry flavor. Be my first right here. It's actually good. That is really good. And that's the important thing about stealth camping. You want easy, quick meals. All I did was boil water. That was it. MREs, canned goods, things like that. and you'll be in business. Catch you all in a few. Alright, so I've given you 4 quick tips on stealth camping. Here's number 5. Light discipline. Keep the lights off. Keep your spotlights off, headlamps off, okay? Mine's going to be on so I can talk to you guys, but when you practice this, try doing it using the light from the moon or the sky or the stars. Keep your fire and all the flames lower than the berm, preferably in that bowl, and optimally just coals. You want that smoke. You can't see smoke at night, but the smoke still keeps mosquitoes away and gives you enough light so that you don't trip and fall so you can see where your campsite's at. Sit back against a tree and listen. I hear frogs. I can hear thunder in the distance. I can hear those mosquitoes buzzing around over there. And just listen for things that shouldn't be there. A twig snapped. Is it an animal? Is it a person? Things like that. Get used to your surroundings. Just sit for 30-40 minutes, enjoy the night air, and just listen and decompress. Become basically one with your surroundings. Sounds hippie-ish, but it makes sense if you think about it, okay? And then you can discern or pick out what shouldn't be there. You get what I'm saying? Okay? So on that note, I'm gonna collect firewood and then get this fire going as far as keeping the coals in the bowl, and we'll talk more later. It's still humid outside. It's gonna be a rough night. Tell you what, but you can actually see bugs flying around here. Hopefully the smoke will keep that at bay. Talk about the shelter in the morning and the whole point of this. Have some chow. So, catch you all in the morning. So other than the humidity, it was a decent night. So the one thing we didn't talk about here is a proper shelter like this should be about a fist to 2 fists from your chest to the top of the shelter. And you should be able to turn on your side without it being compromised. And I'm doing that right here. So here's 1, 2, and I still have actually maybe a third. So I can turn around here and toss and turn at night and be fine. But talk about being cramped, if you're claustrophobic, it's not the shelter for you. It's actually starting to rain right now. Well, good thing I came this morning and not last night. So here we go. Breakfast of Champions in a 120-year-old skillet. You know what that means? The Etsy shop is open. We have the hat patches, we have the bag patches, we have this cold handle skillets, military surplus, we have frog gigs, and a whole lot more, and more great things to come. So go to my description box, check out my Etsy page, click on that bad boy, and clean it out so we can make room for more. Until then, I'm going to enjoy this. Let's go ahead and talk about that sleep light system first. Excellent piece of kit. I'm sold on that. I just wish it was woodland camo. But I talked to the gentleman and he said he's had higher success rate selling with the multicam, so I understand that. Being a business owner, I'm going to do what's best for business. But I believe he said at some point in the future, mossy oak and some other colors will be coming out. But check him out. That link's going to be in my description box. No, I am not an affiliate for him. I make zero money off of this. I just saw it and I was like, you know what? He wanted to send it to me. Looked at it and I said, hey, this is badass. And for a lightweight sleep system during the summer months, like late spring to early fall, for a makeshift improvised cowboy roll, it's lightweight. That's the size of an actual poncho. or a poncho liner, why not? You know, that can even fit inside of a hammock. So I'm sold on that. Check it out. Tell them I sent you. And once again, that link is inside my description box. All right, now for the stealth camping. We gave you 5 tips and tricks yesterday. All right. And the last one, number 6, is going to be, I touched on it with number 5 when I said light discipline. You want noise discipline as well. You want to be trampling around here, hacking trees down, beating on stuff. You really don't want to do that if you want to be off trail and enjoy nature. Because then somebody might hear that or see that, they want to go investigate because people are curious animals. And they take it upon themselves that they have to watch what you're doing or see what you're doing to keep you safe. And then somehow, after they walk away, a ranger comes walking up. I've experienced all this myself. People have to investigate to make sure that you're doing what the guidelines say so that they can be a good Samaritan and do their part to keep you safe. With that said though, just practice those 6 tips, okay? And again, you're not tactical, you're not out here snooping and pooping looking for Charlie. You're not. Even if you were a veteran or are a veteran or active duty, you're still not going to be out here covert. You're not. Not without some type of air support and a whole entire military behind you. So the fact that we even have a fire or your body heat, you're already being seen on some kind of thermal scanner. Okay, you're done. Okay, so just practice this stuff. That way you can go off grid, off trail, and enjoy nature, enjoy the outdoors. Make sure you clean up after yourself. Should you choose to clean an area out, make sure you do it inside of a surrounded area. That way it can't be seen. And just basically be safe and have a good time. Alright, let's end this bad boy off. With that, all my gear and my videos can be found in 3 places. 1, my Amazon influencer page, and 2, my Self-Reliance Outfitters influencer page. And now 3, my Etsy page. All 3 links can be found inside my description box. Now please do me that favor, hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time.